Hello everyone, welcome to the video. In this video, we'll create Node.js server for triggering notifications. If you have not watched the previous videos, the link is in the description. Let's begin. Assuming you have watched those videos, we'll start with creating a new project folder. This can be done manually or through the terminal. Let's open the terminal. Now get here and notification server and go into the folder using cd command. You can create folder by any name, whatever you want. Now let's initialize the npm using -y. -y is for the create package.json with default configuration. Now let's install packages. Node 1 will automatically restart a server whenever changes are detected. Express is used for handling incoming requests, and firebase-admin allows authentication and access to Firebase services. Now let's open project in the Visual Studio Code. In the package.json, let's add a script to start the server, and then we'll create a new file which is server.js that acts as the main entry point of the application. Next, create app folder and add an index.html inside it. This HTML page will use to capture input. I am directly adding a simple layout containing a title, basic styling for the button, two input fields and a button. Something like we can see in the Firebase here. Before coding the server logic, we need the Firebase service account file. I have already downloaded it. Let's rename it as serviceaccount.json and place it into the root directory. To download this yourself, navigate to the Firebase console, project settings, service account, and select Node.js here and click on the generate button. Now let's create Firebase config.js file. In this, let's import admin from firebase-admin, import service.json, the path of our JSON. Now admin dot initialize app into this credential. Now colon admin dot credential dot cert and our service account JSON variable. Now let's log initialized. There is a typo. Let's make it require. Now let's export module messaging admin.messaging. Now returning to server.js and import the Firebase config. Now import Express from Express. Now initialize app.use express.static app. This app whichever index file in the app folder. App use express.json which allow to use JSON object. Then import HTTP and create server using http.createServer. Now let's define the port process.env.port or 3000. Now server.listen port and let's log localhost URL along with port. Now let's start the server using yarn start. Copy this localhost URL and open in the browser. We'll see the HTML page which is currently not functional. Let's add a script. Go to index.html. In script tag, define base URL which is localhost 3000. Now let's access the input fields using document.getElementById. Here title, then description, and then send button. Let's define the event listener. Send button dot add event listener. Click and send it to the function. Now let's create async function. Send details. E dot prevent default. Now let's check the input field has a value which is title and description. If it is not, then we will display the alert title and description required and written. So let's see it is working or not. Now it's working. So let's create API first. App.post send data. Here we'll get request and response. So let's return if there is no data. Return error which is 400. Status failed. And if we received data, send response received and the status is 200. Now let's console data here. Now go back to the index.html and create a JSON object that contains the title and description values. And send it to the server using that fetch base URL and send data which is we have created this API endpoint. Method post headers content type application JSON and in body JSON.stringify data. After restarting server, go to the browser, refresh, and let's open the inspector, add inputs and send. We failed here, so we need to add actually slash at the end of base URL. Let's start again, add value, send. Now we are getting the log over here in the server. Now let's create the notification template provided by the Firebase-admin SDK. The documentation link is in the description. You can take a look. The template includes the token, which is generated at the client side, notification section with title and body. We are setting null for now, and data with custom key value. Let's add some custom key and values. And Android configuration with high priority. You can see the status in the network section. Now let's assign input values to the notification, title and body. And messaging dot send notification template. Then it will give us message ID in the response. So let's log it. Notification sent, message ID, response. And in the catch block, let's log the error and message failed. Now let's launch the application. Let's send the notification. We need a token. Let's copy and paste here in the fsm token variable. Now let's restart the server. Go to the browser and send the notification. Now we are receiving the notification foreground. Let's check for the background. We are also getting notification in background. Now let's check for the app close state. Here we are also getting notification for the app close state. Here in the log we are getting notification for all cases. So we have completed the process of triggering notifications from a Node.js server. If you would like videos on any other topics, please leave a comment. I will create them as soon as possible. Thank you for watching and subscribe to the channel.